Check it out right there. See all that arm hair? No, you don't. This girl is sharp. Half a day, guys, and welcome to another Ruck production. Today I wanted to bring you guys a little bit of a skill that I picked up recently. I'm no expert, however, sharpening a knife is pretty important when you're in the field, or camping, or in the kitchen cooking, or pretty much anything that involves a blade and cutting things. Because if any of you guys are a Boy Scout out there, you should know that a dull knife is far more likely to cut you than a sharpened knife. So in the intro you saw, like I was showing you guys, I've gotten my knife sharp enough that I can actually shave with it quite easily, and actually faster than my razor that I use to shave with in the morning. So I think that that's a pretty good starting point for what a blade should be like when it's sharpened. So to start this process off, you've got basically a coarse grit, a fine grit, and then pretty much an ultra fine. We're going to be using a ceramic sharpener at the very end. So you've got your knife blade and you're going to give it a rough in and then fine tune it from there to get it super sharp. So if you look at the edge of the knife, there we go. Okay, so basically you can see there's a sharp edge at the very tip of the knife. What we want to do is put about a 20-degree angle on that on each side. The first step during the rough in, we're going to go on one side until that blade at the top kind of peels over, and then we're going to scrape off the other side and it's going to peel back a little bit, and then we're going to start scraping it evenly so that it kind of wobbles between until it gets completely centered, and then you've got a straight edge all the way down the center. So to do that, what I've been doing is doing 50 strokes on the coarse grit on one side, 50 strokes on the other side, and then we'll switch to our fine grit and do 25 25, and for the very fine stage we'll go 10 in one direction, 10 in the other, 9 in the other direction, 9 in the other, 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1, and then you're done. So that way you've got your blade as even as possible when you're sharpening it. So let's get started. Now normally you would probably want to be doing this on a table. I don't have a table, I'm in the middle of the jungle. So I am pretty much just going to be careful. Matter of fact, here, put a bag on top of my knee. So where are we at, like 6? Let's say 6, 7. Alright, so we did our 50 one way, so you can feel the one edge if you come up like this, and it's curved the other way, and if I come up on the other side I can feel that edge curling over, and when you pull up you'll feel that edge, your finger will scrape onto it. Something I did forget to mention is that you want to, whatever way you would be cutting with the knife, you want to always go in that direction. Don't sit here and go in a circle, don't go against it or any crazy stuff like that. Just nice, easy, even strokes from one side to the other, going from the bottom of the blade all the way up to the top. Now we're going to start in the other direction. I'm going to do my 50 and I'll get back to you. So if your knife is super dull, or it's at a different angle other than 20 degrees or around about there, you may have to do it more than 50 times. 50 times is just what has been working for me. So definitely just make that into more strokes if you have to. But for me, for these knives, I haven't had to. They've been plenty sharp with just doing what I'm doing now. So now we're moving on to the fine grit side, and we're going to do 25. The same thing. We're going to do 25 this way, 25 back the other way, and then we'll move on to the ultra fine grit. Alright, so I feel like putting a little bit more precise of an edge on here, so I'm going to try for 50 on the fine grit. I'll do 25 more on this side, 25 more on the other. Alright, so now we're going to move on to our ultra fine with our ceramic sharpener, and I'm going to go same angle, same type of technique. It's just that it's going to be 10, 10, and then 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, and counting down so that you can keep getting each side and evening out the tip of the blade, or edge, cutting edge of the blade. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 1. That should be it. Looks good. Feels good. Let's give it the old hair test. So you can see all these black hairs on my arm. Let's see. Yep, it's cutting. Not as good of an edge as on my other knife, my Rat 5, but still sharp enough to shave. So if you just did a little bit more fine tuning with the fine edge and then back to the ultra fine, it would probably be on par with the Rat 5. But for my standards, I'd say that's good enough for me. It's just a pocket knife and it's good enough to shave hair. So I think I'm going to end the video here. Guys, if you don't have one, go ahead and go get a knife sharpener. It doesn't have to even be top of the line, Benchmade, diamond plated, whatnot, something crazy. It could even just be a puck, whetstone, whatever you want. As long as you've got some sort of a technique to it, like what I'm showing you, getting that rough in on both sides, curling that edge from one side to the other, and then doing evenly on each side to get it so that it's like a point. That's what's going to get you a good edge. And I'd say as long as you can get that with whatever sharpener you have, go for it. If you like the video, guys, go ahead and hit the like button, comment down below what you think, or if you've got a different way of doing this. Dog, please. You can go ahead and subscribe if you want, or don't if you don't want. I mean, I'm still here, I'm still doing my thing. So that's it, you guys, and when you're sharpening it. So let's get started. I just closed the knife. I might want to open it to start.